Hi guys, my name is Gilliam Elliott. I specialize in working with healthcare providers, facilitators, clinics, travel agents, anybody basically in the medical tourism industry. So I want to come to you today and go over some specifics in regards to medical tourism facilitators and how to grow a medical tourism facilitation agency, and also how to just have a more efficient one in regards to running smoother, and we're working with patients. So I have an outline here today that I want to go over with you. We're going to first start off with patient education. Then we're going to go into patient contact, patient coordination, partnerships, accreditation with providers that you work with, marketing your company, uh, trusted brand, or how to get a trusted brand. And then the last one, the eighth one, is going to be the follow-up with the patient. So as you can see, it's a lot of things to do with patients, and how to handle them, how to have a better business through having great relationships with your base and with your patients. So the first one, patient education. This is going to be your main, one of your main aspects of your business. So patient education goes into making sure that the patient is aware of the location that they're going to, things to do in that destination, educating them on their healthcare provider, on the facility that they're going to be at, and making them feel really comfortable and making them excited about the place that they're going to be traveling to get this medical treatment. Um, the second one is going to be patient contact. This goes into, you have the patient now, the patient's abroad, or they're in the destination that they're going to get the procedure in. You want to make sure that they're the first person that you speak to when they get there. You want to make sure that they're the last person that you speak to, or that they speak to when they leave. And all throughout the trip, you want to make sure that they're on time for their appointments. You want to make sure that their schedule is getting met, and that they're going to every appointment that you guys are scheduled for them. Then it goes into patient coordination. This kind of goes into patient contact as well. It's just making sure that you have them everywhere they need to be when they're on that medical tourism venture. Making sure that they're everywhere they need to be on time in a timely fashion. And then you want to go into partnerships. Now you're making sure that obviously they're getting everywhere on time, but one of the most important things as well is that you want to make sure that you connect them with a great healthcare provider. This is making sure that they're with the best doctor in that destination, making sure that somebody's on staff that speaks that patient's language, their native tongue. So, if somebody's going to another country, they don't speak that language, they're not obviously going to have a good time, or they're not going to feel safe if the staff doesn't speak that language, or there's nobody on the staff that speaks that language. So that's something that's really important. I've seen that happen before, and that's not a good reflection on your business. So you definitely want to make sure that's something that you keep in mind. Marketing your business, right? So this goes into even attracting the patient in the first place, right? You want to make sure, what are you going to target? Are you going to target individuals? Or are you going to target corporations? What are you looking at as far as your budget? How are you going to, what's going to be the timeline to get your return on investment? You definitely want to look into your marketing and make sure that you come up with the best plan possible, so you can even attract the adequate amount of patients to have a successful business. So that's something that's really important as well. A trusted brand. This goes into a couple of these that we just spoke about. You're gonna have a trusted brand if you work with the right partners, if you work with the right healthcare providers. If you're not working with the right healthcare provider, God forbid, if something goes wrong, the patient doesn't feel right because the doctor didn't adequately treat them, this goes into your brand, because no matter what happens, you can always rest assured that the patient is going to place the blame on you. You're the first point of contact that they spoke to. You obviously advocated for them to go to this destination and work with this doctor. So this all falls on your company's shoulders. It all falls on you. So you want to make sure that you're working with the right partners so you can have a trusted brand. And having a trusted brand is gonna benefit you not only for the long haul, it also can benefit you in the short term as well. A lot of people think it's brand as down the road. Brand can mean somebody can have a great experience with you, and they will actually refer a family member, a friend. This is revenue for you, and I've seen this happen in a matter of days, where they get back home, they had a successful trip, they saved a 70% on their procedure. They want to tell people, right? They tell somebody, oh my God, just for an example, I had a lady, she got bariatric surgery. She lost, she felt after the loss, she obviously was excited. She wanted to tell people, she wanted to take photos, she wanted to put them on social media. People asked her, how did you lose it? Where did you go? She told them who to contact, right? And this is something that you want to obviously incorporate. And it goes into number 8, our last point, which is the follow-up. After you know somebody had a successful trip, you know that they've seen the results, whether it's cosmetic surgery, whether it's dentistry, whether it's bariatrics, whatever it might be. As you know, medical tourism, it covers all spectrums. Whatever it might be, you want to do that follow-up. You want to ask for referrals. You want to ask for testimonials, whether you're asking for video testimonials, whether you're asking for written testimonials. You want to maximize that experience. You want to obviously make sure that if the person had a good time, you want that to be shared not only through them, but you want it to be shared through your company as well. So that's something that's really important. Obviously, there's more things that go into this, but I do want to do a recap and just kind of go over everything. Patient education. We went over patient education. Obviously, that's letting the patient know what's the best destination for them to visit, what to expect when they go to that destination, what doctor they're going to be dealing with, and what credentials that doctors have, and basically getting them excited about the whole experience, right? Because a lot of people, it's their first time ever doing medical tourism, so you want to get them excited about it. You want to let them know the benefits of it, the cost savings of it. You really want to educate them, and that's really the basis of everything. Of all these points. Patient contact, we talked about. You obviously want to make sure that you are always communicating with the patient when they're abroad. Also, when they get home, you want to do the follow-up with them and make sure that they go to their appointments on time, which goes into coordination. You got to make sure that you're organizing everything and that everything goes smoothly. That's basically what you do. You organize everything for these patients. That's what they're paying you for, which, by the way, I'm going to have a video on how facilitators take payment. So I'll be having that video coming up really soon as well. It's multiple different ways you can take payment as well. Partnerships. We went into partnerships. That goes into making sure you're working with the right healthcare providers, right? Also, something else with partnerships too, kind of a bonus, is that you can do partnerships that benefit you financially as well as a company, like getting with self-funded employers, working with insurance companies that can send you a lot of patients. These are different ways that partnerships can really benefit your company. Accredited providers. That's what we were talking about earlier, making sure that you're working with a doctor that has accreditations, making sure you work with a healthcare provider, clinic, or a hospital that has accreditations, whether it's JCI accreditations, whether it's accreditation of Canada. Make sure they have accreditations, because that obviously means that somebody has analyzed their facilities or their clinics and made sure that they've had things that meet standards, meets the JCI standard or meets the Canadian accreditation standard. Whatever that standard might be, you want to make sure they meet that. Marketing. As we talked about, marketing is very important. This is where I work with a lot of facilitators and healthcare providers and doctors. Making sure their name's out there in a positive light, making sure that they're developing key brand strategies that resonate with people and that connect to their audience. You want to make sure, obviously, trusted brands. That's something that goes into marketing as well, making sure that when your name's out there, it's seen in a light that you want your company to be seen in on your own time, and you basically telling your own narrative, your own story. And then the follow-up, as we talked about, if you're doing all this good stuff and nobody knows about it, your company gets no credit for it. So you want to make sure you follow up. You want to make sure you get those testimonials or reviews, and then also making sure that the customers out there branding your company as well, right? You want to have advocates for your company, and every good customer is an advocate for your customer, for your company. So thank you so much. I will be coming to you with more videos, and thank you for joining. Thanks.